This episode of the Young Turks brought to you by GoToMeeting. Online meetings made easy.
Get a free trial at GoToMeeting.com, click on the Try It Free button, and enter the promo code TURKS. South Dakota is also trying to push legislation that would make it even more difficult for women to get abortions. So you know more about that story than I do. Can you share the details?
Yes. So it would actually be the strictest abortion laws in the country. It would make women wait 72 hours before they can get an abortion. So they come in, they say, I need an abortion. Doctor says, all right, go back and wait 72 hours. It used to be 24 hours. Of course, this is an effort to restrict abortion. A lot of women live very, very far from those centers. So it makes them do 2 trips. And they're hoping that it makes it inconvenient enough that they just wind up not getting the procedure. That's only half of it, though. The other half of it is even worse. It makes them go to quote, pregnancy help centers, which then spend a great deal of time trying to persuade the women not to have the abortions. They don't help you with your pregnancy at all. It's not like, hey, you know what, I need help. Can you help me with this or Lamaze class, whatever? No, this is the whole point is to talk you out of the abortion and then leave you on your own, right? And a lot of times they pretend to be doctors. We've covered this on the show before. Tina Dupuis has actually done a great article on this, research on this. Sometimes they'll show up in like doctor's coats. They're not doctors. And they will pretend to be official and authority figures, but their whole job is to prevent you from doing what you originally intended to do. So will be the new laws in South Dakota because the governor, Dennis Daugaard, says that he will sign off on that and they will go into effect soon. Remember, South Dakota had also a provision that was going to make it justifiable homicide to murder abortion doctors to prevent an abortion. I mean, that was so radical, so insane that it eventually, after receiving great coverage and pressure on that, including by us, the South Dakota legislators were like, all right, we'll take away that insane clause, but leave the rest of the incredibly restrictive language in there. And, of course, a lot of people think it's unconstitutional, that it unduly limits a woman's right to choose. But South Dakota doesn't really care, and they've already set aside money for lawsuits that they know will come because they are doing something that is basically illegal. They know it, so they put money in the budget to make sure that they could fight those lawsuits so they could try to change the law, hopefully, in their view, if it goes up to the Supreme Court.
You know, the part of that really, really just makes me cringe is the idea of the pregnancy help centers. Because these women are they're in such a terrible position, they don't know what to do, right? I mean, they're feeling terrible, their future is uncertain. It's a horrible place emotionally for a woman to be. So to go to this pregnancy help center and then have someone preach to you about how you're supposedly about to kill a life, it's just the worst thing. Guilt-tripping a woman into feeling like she's a terrible, disgusting person and that she should do whatever it takes to have that baby. And then, of course, this is the part that everyone forgets about. As soon as that woman does have the baby and does not have the means to take care of the baby, all of a sudden that's when the Republicans are like, what do you want? What do you want? You want us to pay for that? We're not going to pay for that. Why would we do that?
Look, I told you, we've already done research into these things. I mean, Tina's done a great story on it. And they put enormous psychological pressure on the woman to make her feel guilty, make her feel like it's her fault, etc., so that under all circumstances, whatever they have to do by any means necessary, that they make her keep the baby. Now, later, if you show up at a pregnancy help center and you say, oh, I had the baby, can you help me with the baby? They're like, get out of here. Get. They rough talk you and run you off. They don't give a damn once the kid's out there. And these days, everybody's in different offices in different cities. The one way you can all get together is GoToMeeting.com. You're all online at the same time.
Right, and it's super easy. All you need is a computer, internet connection, 2 minutes, boom, you're set up.
You can share documents. A guy puts up a document in Miami, the other one sees it in San Francisco. You can, in fact, amend it. You can do sales presentations, very convenient.
Get a free trial at GoToMeeting.com, click on the Try It Free button, and enter the promo code TURKS.
Go.